The word beschert comes to mind when I think about how one day, and I think it was the year 2000, I was having lunch at UB Food Court, and there was a gentleman sitting at an adjacent table that I didn't really know, but we started chatting, and it turned out, of course, to be Saul Elkin.
We introduced ourselves to each other, and we had a very lively conversation that resulted in our decision, perhaps, that we might move forward and approach the Jewish Community Center about establishing a theater.
I remember being at that meeting and making our pitch, and it was very enthusiastically received. At that board meeting, one or two people wrote a check right on the spot. So I had a good feeling about it, and we raised enough money to get off the ground.
Saul rented a number of theaters, so they worked in the Irish classical for a while. The JRT was moving from space to space to space. There was always this sense of wandering, can I say? So we were a wandering Jewish theater. He kept looking for a home.
I've always been able to depend on my friendship in the theater community. And although we had no theater, what we had, I suppose, was my life in the local theater, the people I knew, the friends I had made, and I just gathered up those resources.
Well, I think it was a perfect storm. Bob and I, my late husband and I, were talking about making a will. And we thought we should leave something to the community because the community had been very good to the two of us. The Jewish Center is rebuilding itself, redesigning itself, and people started talking about, could there be a theater built in? So I came home and talked to Bob. We decided, what the heck? Why wait until we're dead to leave a gift? We'll do it now when we can all enjoy it. So we did. We gave the sort of a starter gift. It's really not our theater, it's the community's theater.
It was really, a labor of love from the whole Jewish community as well as the community at large for this to get off of the ground and to be sustainable for 20 years, which is such a hard thing in the theater world.
I think it's just such a beautiful thing that the theater is right here at the JCC, right embedded within the community, and I've had such wonderful experiences getting to know the Jewish community here in Buffalo, and I'm sure there are other folks like me who are getting into the culture of Judaism just through the lens of the theater.
To have a place where it's front and center and concerns of Jews, the things important to Jews, the obsessions of Jews get presented on the stage gives a distinct energy to a theater like the JRT.
It's special because there's a story to be told from the Jewish culture that must never be not told. Plays that are about the culture, plays that are about individuals, and I think that's really important to do that through theater.
The lessons that are learned and the things that have happened in their history, the shows that have been done here have been so much about Jewish history. So I think there's always something to learn and grow.
To have a unique space for people to explore their own Judaism and to bring in people who are not Jewish to see Jewish stories or to see work by Jewish playwrights or actors is an incredibly unique and special thing, and I think it only gets more special as the years go on.
Right off the top of my head, my favorite show that I've been in was The Treasurer here. We just did in the spring of 2022.
She spent $49.99 at Talbot's.
That's one thing about working at Jewish Rep is I get to do parts that I might not normally get to do in other places. I'm treated very well here, and I'm cast very well here, and I appreciate it. We had a production of a Donald Margulies play called Sight Unseen, and that was very special to me because I got nominated for an Artie Award, and I won. So I get nominated in other theaters. I only win when I work here.
A play called The God of Isaac, and Saul called me about it, and he said, well, here's the thing, Dar. You're going to play the mother of the leading character, and you're going to be in the audience for a good portion of the play. I said, what is this? So I read this thing, and it was so funny. It was so good. When I first started talking, it was like heckling, because I'm going, pay no attention to me like you always do. This kind of stuff. And the audience is like, what? They really, I initially thought, this woman is heckling, It was wild. I mean, it was a real, I never had an experience like that in a show. So that one really stands out.
Every show has something special, even if it was really difficult or there's something really special. But I'm going to have to say probably my first show with Jewish Repertory, which was the Kindertransport, was very special for so many reasons. It was a difficult character, but I was so proud of the work we did on that show.
He won't take you anywhere, ever again.
I think more or less in the 20 years, and we've done some 50 productions, I've been pretty much involved either as an actor or director in almost all of them. So it's hard to choose. Although I must say that there was a moment when we did a play called Beau Geste, in which my daughter played the leading role and I played a secondary role. And I have wonderful memories of that production and that experience of working with my older daughter, Rebecca.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't think people truly can understand the scope of what Saul has meant to theater in Buffalo.
You look at every theater across this region, and there are the students of Saul Elkin.
He could be in film, he could be in theater in New York, Broadway. I have no doubts about that, but he chose to stay in Buffalo. And he built a career here for himself through academics, but also on the stage. He created a theater world for all of us. And look what it's blossomed into. I think it's unparalleled.
Think about the number of actors and designers who've been able to work in Western New York, let alone the audience members.
Saul, I love you so much, and I will work here anytime. And I can't wait to come back on the stage because it is a special place, and everybody that works here is so supportive and loving. I can't thank you enough.
The guiding light, Saul Elkin, congratulations to you. Thank you so much for the wisdom and the generosity and the initiative to be able to create the JRT. And it's amazing, amazing organization. Let's have another 20 years plus.
A large portion of operating a theater and the money that we have is from donations. Ticket sales and subscriptions can only go so far, so it is the support of our donors and our subscribers year after year that keep our theater afloat. And through the support of sponsors, donors, patrons, audience members, we will hopefully be able to do another 20 years of Jewish theater.
Congratulations, JRT, on 20 years. I look forward to working with you again soon.
From the people backstage to the people in the office to the most important people, the audience. Happy 20th.
Happy 20th anniversary to the JRT.
Congratulations to the JRT for 20 successful years.
May this theater, not just another 20 years, but till long after I'm dead, long after we're all gone, continue to the end of time. That's the wish I have for the Jewish Repertory Theatre of Western New York.